feeling spontaneous. We got the dumbbell mic. Looking good. Feeling strong. Sun is out. Beaming. Shit. We're out here recording for the members. You need to understand yourself and who you really are before you begin to understand other people. Once you understand other people, then you'll be able to ask yourself whether these individuals deserve your energy, how much they deserve. It doesn't matter if it's friends or family or a loved one. You need to observe. I remember years ago, I started freshman year of high school. How old am I? I'm like 15 or 16. What's going on is I started to get my first journal, writing down how I felt. That was when self-improvement was popping through the roof. I remember those days. So I'm out here journaling. It doesn't matter how good or bad I feel. After a while, I finished one book. Next year, move on to the next book. Next book. So sometimes I would just get off the journal for a bit and just live my life. But I would always find myself returning back to it because I understood, you know what? I was really looking out for my future self. I understood that if I write down how I feel now, I will be able to look back on my days and reflect for the next version of myself to spring to the air and accomplish the things that I've always wanted to accomplish when I was younger. Essentially, I was looking out for myself and giving myself a blueprint so that I can understand where I was, where I wanted to be, and how I will get there so that I don't make any mistakes that I've made in the past. So after finishing all these journals, which I still do now, I still journal every now and then, I really began to understand myself from the inside out. Let me do some bicep curls really quick. You know? Get a nice pump. I'll do it while I talk. I really began to understand who I was from the inside out. And of course, while you're young, you're still developing. You know, our frontal lobe was still developing until we're 25. So, you know, I'm still growing. But it's better to be aware of who you are at every moment of your life so that you can properly go through the good, bad, and ugly with a vision and a plan. And just because you have a plan doesn't mean that it's going to change. But it's always good to be tactical with your life because you're the only one who lives your life and you're only going to live it once. I was going to talk through the dumbbell. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because when you start making friends, not everybody is going to be there for the betterment of your life. Some people are there to just be themselves and destroy shit in their path, to stress you out, to make your life worse than it has to be compared to if they weren't in it. With that being said, they can be your closest buddy, but you'll never know if they're there in your life for better or for worse if you don't understand what you want for your life, why you want it, and how you're gonna get it. Once you understand those three things, you can now finally ask yourself, what is this person doing in my life? Why are they here? How are they positively or negatively affecting me? And is it worth it to keep them here? Because let's be real, members. I talk about this with my members and calls very frequently, because you need to understand that, yeah, I know it's cliche, we say it a lot, but you really are the average of the 5 people in your life. Okay? And this could be with family too. They don't get a pass either. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are bringing you down, your shine, your energy is just going to be more dull. Let's do some shoulders too, some lat raises. These are good for your side delts. That's how you get that shit looking wide. But I'll tell you what, understanding yourself is a blessing and a curse in itself. And the reason why I say that is because as humans, we're very social creatures. So when you begin to understand yourself, you can look around and see how other people affect others' lives. It's very easy to give other people advice compared to yourself. So you can see there's a lot of people who aren't good for you. And once you acknowledge that, it feels a little lonely, because your social circle is going to be smaller, because you don't accept a lot of people. You don't accept their energy. Because why would you sell yourself short and allow people in your vibration, your vortex, your sanctuary, if they're just going to make it worse? They're going to dull it. They're going to spin shit around and set you backwards, slow you down. You're better than that. You really are better than that. Get that nice pump. It gets lonely. That's why it is a blessing and a curse. While it does get lonely, you finally begin to effectively protect yourself from the outside forces that other people try to bring inside of you. For all sorts of reasons. Some people may do it out of malicious intent. Some people may not even acknowledge it. And they just do it out of, as if they're on autopilot. They're just not aware of it. And that is common too, because you can behave a certain way based off how you were raised. Not everybody's in perfect households, perfect environments. We could do some front. I'm not gonna lie, doing this while talking is a little bit distracting, but I want to finish what I started. Now, nowadays, I'm 22. I have all these journals now. So I look back on it. I look back on what I said, how I felt, how I experienced things, and I look at it and I'm like, damn, I was really fucking going through it, and I came a long fucking way. Once you can look back on how your life was and how you are now, it can either make or break you. My life improved for the better because I put in that hard fucking work, and I'm fucking grateful for it. But for other people, it may not be the same thing. For some people, you may stay the same or end up worse than you were before. My worst fear was being the same person who I was last year and the year before. That's why I'm so willing to put myself in uncomfortable situations that will help me grow. Even if it pisses off other people. Even if it may piss me off at the time, stress me out, make me feel frustrated. If it's for the better, I gotta look out for my future self. Just because I'm doing something that's uncomfortable, like distancing myself from someone who I would talk to for a long time, and realizing that they're no good for me in the direction that I want to put myself in, or cutting something out like a vice, doing those uncomfortable things, it's all worth it. Because I still live while I go through those experiences. You can still live while you're uncomfortable. You can be grateful for the discomfort, even if it fucking sucks. You just gotta stay present, and you gotta be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Oof. I'll do two more. Oof. That was good. Shit. Look at that pump, motherfucker. See, if I didn't go through that discomfort of lifting these weights when I was younger, eating like a fucking goblin, even though I was a skinny fuck, expanding my stomach until I felt like I was gonna vomit. If I didn't do those things, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I look fucking amazing, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you lost your fucking mind? Do you see this shit? Like, okay, I'm far from the camera, and my eyesight isn't that good, but I could just fucking tell I look fucking ridiculous from this view. Come on, bro, let's be real. Listen, if you feel like you don't understand, or if you feel like you aren't aware of how people around you are affecting you, and if you can do anything about it, book a call with me. We'll chat, because this is the work that I do. There's so many people, and sometimes it can also be you as well. That's the beauty of journaling. You could also be deterring people away from your life because of how you act, how you behave, your thought process. A lot of these things come with awareness. You need to be aware in order to make it change. Because if you're not aware, then it's almost as if you're walking through your life with several invisible forces. You just don't know, so you just continue to act on what's in front of you. So book a call with me. It's not a sales call, it's a conversation between the both of us to see if what I do is what you need. When you begin to cut things out of your life, because life isn't always about adding things. You don't need a super big friend group. You can keep it small and effective, because not everybody in this world is compatible with the life that you are trying to live. Book a call with me, link is in the description. Before I go, the next time you interact with friends or family, or even yourself, make sure to ask yourself, how does this person make me feel before and after I talk to them? That's the most important thing you can ask yourself, because that will determine whether or not they are somebody who should be kept in your life. And of course you can do something about it. It's not always about, oh, if this person makes me feel bad, I should completely cut them off. You need to make sure you understand them, because sometimes it can be in the middle. They can make you feel neutral. They can make you feel bad sometimes. They can make you feel good sometimes. You gotta weigh the odds. You gotta weigh it out and decide for yourself, because not everybody is meant to stay in your life. And that's absolutely okay.